Like
Yes,
everything's going
yes.
so well together. Holy crap. Dude, I didn't even know this is a new word for me. Bivouac.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. Today we got a breakdown reaction to the new GI Joe Haslab Battle Cat. So we kind of had some speculations. People were kind of talking about all the different types of vehicles that they were going to have, but it is going to be the Battle Cat.
Which is really good because when you did that research for us, which thank you, we kind of both kind of wanted this one. We're like, out of all of them, this one would make the most sense because it's like a good size, so it's not going to be too expensive, and also it also looks the coolest, I think, too. So
Yeah,
I'm glad we're getting the Battle Cat.
me too. Me too. Like there wasn't the small dinky ones, but it wasn't like too big of a tank. We don't need that.
Yeah.
This was that sweet little right in the middle there. And this snowcat is looking cool here. I just want to throw this in from the live stream that they did, just to kind of get a scale. I mean, I feel like they kind of bumped up the scale a little bit here because this thing's looking beefy, dude. I
Which
don't
I
know about
think is
you.
right though, because I feel like they bumped up the scale to scale perfectly with 6-inch figures. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
I feel
yeah,
like with those cheap toys back then, the original G.I. Joe figures, as long as you could shove that figure, that 3 3/4 figure inside, they
okay,
called it good and shipped it off. And so you're right. They did make it a little bit larger, but it's going to be perfect for like accuracy. Because, right, this is
yeah,
for your 30, 50-year-old collector.
yes,
This ain't for kids. This is where we do kind of want accuracy and detail. Like, we're
yeah.
going to be nitpicky with this, you know?
Yeah, and so let's get a kind of a rundown here on the vehicle itself. Comes with treads in the back, tires in the front here. You get the missile launchers in the front, you get the cockpit, you get all this fun little steps. Dude, this playability is so much fun. All right, like so the whole back half of the vehicle can stand up on itself to kind of let the treads kind of go for it, and the tires can kind of run around everywhere. I love that this thing can kind of, what is that, rein or kind of neigh
Yeah.
like a horse here. Let's talk size, man. 21 inches long, 10, basically 11 inches tall, 10 and a half inches wide. Dude, this thing is, it's a perfect girth and size to it. I love this. Here's a kind of a disassembly of the pieces that you can get with it. He has two little side compartments where that fits different things in there. You get the turret that mounts on top. You get the blast effects. The back half also has like a tailgate that can drop down. So a lot of fun features. You can also take the turret out, and it just becomes like a troop
Yeah, just
transport.
load it up, load it up.
Get all your guys in there. We're rolling in on Cobra, on Viper, and light up effects with the turning wheels. Right, the wheels actually turn. The axle that you can shift. Light up effects here. You guys get this little kitchenette set here with like a sink, drink holder, a little stove, so that when they're out there in the wilderness, they can kind of keep themselves fed.
That's nice. That's nice.
The compartment in the back here has a back window, like back panels that kind of expose the engine, so you can have friends like working on it. Kind of have a cool picture there where like they're like, "Oh no, something's broken," but like fully detailed within that panel as well. Beautiful, and these doors, these panels actually hold tools. So, sheesh, man, like just like the details that you're getting from this is beautiful. Light up consoles, which we kind of come to expect, I believe, with Haslabs, right? With the Striker, the Cobra, the Firefly. I mean, like, yeah, you got to have the light up features with the light up panels for the driver's seat there. There's a little shot of a new character that will be coming in with the character with the Battle Cat, looking really cool.
It's the guy from the thing, dude. It's the guy from the thing.
Kurt Russell from the Thing.
Kurt Russell from the thing, man.
You wore a Stetson at first and then switched it to that. But yeah, really cool windshields that come apart, kind of show you can get your figures up. You can get them all the way out. It's three pieces. So the side mirrors, the windshield, and sunroof all come apart. You get two different options of display here. You can actually add these.
Thank you, John.
No,
Literally, I was just about to say. I really wish they would have added maybe like some alternate tires with some like snow effect and a snow tread, or like making the sides more dirty with paint apps, like to add some sort of effect to it. This is what I needed, man. Thank you, man. They thought of it. And look at that windshield wiper effect. I love the attention to detail where it's like, windshield wipers, they always be wasted. And so it's like, it doesn't, you can see it's like not getting all of it, you know? I
yeah, and
love that.
that's a sticker set that you can add to your windshield, And the windshield wiper is a manual windshield wiper, so it does work. It does swivel. You just got to move it yourself.
I don't care. I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting. Yeah, I wasn't. You're expecting a functional? Nah, nah.
no, I wasn't either. But like again, just to kind of specify that. So yeah, this snow effect just adds so much more like realism to this snow cat, man, or this battle cat. Let's keep it going here. You get the missiles with the back exhaust flames coming out with the missiles fully launched as well. You can store things on the side panels like we kind of talked about, missiles, snowboards, whatever you want, dude. Man, I love the attention to detail and the playability that GI Joe is allowed to have because Hasbro owns this license and they can just kind of do whatever they want.
And one thing, go back with the windshield is like I'm just thinking about like how, because you said they're just stickers, right? But something like I think of a good idea for collectors to do is to just get those thin sheets of plastic, cut out perfectly that shape, put the stickers on that plastic, and so you can put the plastics on top. Like
Do a
you got to make it
static
perfect so
cling.
so they get in, right? That way you don't have to ruin your actual HUD, but you can make like little inserts that could just go right on top because you can see
Yeah,
that like the borders are elevated, right? So you can actually wedge a perfect little thin piece of plastic with the sticker on there. Do you know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's true. And then you can have even both, more
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So you get all sorts of fun missiles here, but the cool thing too, so you get the vehicle, but the vehicle is not the base offering. You also get a figure built in with that figure or with that vehicle. So it's a figure and a vehicle all as one offering that they're doing here. We're getting Farley, Frostbite, Seward, something. Two different head sculpts there, fun goggles, really cool M16 like scoped rifle with a thermos.
Dude, the thermos, that's sick.
So yeah, that is everything from the Haslab offering, dude. You get that beautifully detailed, articulated vehicle as well as a new GI Joe. So it is the Snowcat, the combat all-terrain vehicle with Farley Frostbite Seaward, $325. This Haslab went live Monday, June 30th, I believe that was. Josh, what are your initial takes? What are you thinking?
Um,
$324?
Remind me how much wasn't this like? Wasn't the his take like this? His take was like 350, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I think his tank was 350. So I
Okay.
think this is like either the same price or a little cheaper than his tank. And they look about the same size. Like I think maybe the his tank's a tiny bit bigger, like just
Probably a little
taller.
taller. Yeah,
Yeah, a little
taller.
taller, but I think they're about the same size. So I think it's if you bought his tank, I think this is you're gonna buy this because it's the same value, I think for sure.
Yeah.
Now 350, I think what gives you the best, go back to the picture with the actual team with the product. When I saw that product with the team with the product, like not the digital render, that's what sold me, right? Like I think looking at this with the lights, how it's going, the size of it, all the features you showed me. You know what? And I'm wondering if I'm getting desensitized. I'm wondering if I'm getting desensitized to the price. Because I bet if you ask any normal human being, like just like a non-collector, like hey guys, I'm buying a $325 plastic
Boy.
car. Yeah, plastic car. They're gonna be like, are you out of your mind? So guys, you tell me if I'm getting too soft on Hasbro with the price, but I think the price is fine. And like I said, that just might be me getting desensitized to Haslab prices because stepping back, I'm like, wait, $325. What can you get for $325? You can get like a guitar. You can get like you could get like a I don't know, like a lot of things, right? But
Right.
I think it's fine, but that might be bad on my part.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you get a flight to somewhere.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I had that experience a little bit ago. I was buying my kid a toy, and I was like, "It's only $20," and my wife was like, "$20." And I feel like sometimes we kind of I don't know how to like self dilute maybe our purchasing limits because it's like, oh, it's a toy. I want to play with it, and that
Mhm.
outweighs like the actual cost, and so we're more and
Yeah,
more willing to spend more and more money on things because it's
yeah. We're
just
definitely getting
cool.
screwed, but we're still gonna buy it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, dude. 325 with a figure built in, which is $25. So it's a $300 if I do some collector math there. $300 vehicle that's pretty substantial in size and has some fun playability. Heck, dude, I can even see this as like a lunar rover. What do you
I
think?
totally see that. I totally 100% see that. Like even like the especially the white base works so well, dude.
Yeah.
Repaint that, like maybe add some like erase, the GI Joe, add some like orange stripes to it, dude. And if only we got the what were those Space Zombies from Mars figures?
Oh,
Dude,
dude,
imagine
you're
how fire those would look in that. That would look absolutely insane, dude. We need to get Space Zombies from Mars funded
back.
because I think about those. I think about that line from time to time. I'm like, I really like those figures. Even just to have one mold, just like a couple astronauts would be sick. But dude, imagine those figures in this.
And they would have been scaled perfectly, right? With
Right.
these, yeah, space zombies from Mars would have cooked with a lunar rover like this.
Yeah, make a custom one from this. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's talk about it here. 325, 42 days left. We're recording this on Thursday. So we got about over a month here. It's kind of that normal 45-day range, is what we're seeing from new Kickstarters,
Which is
Haslabs.
good because yeah, not a month. That's really good. It's not a month.
They are currently, as of the recording of this, is just below their funding goal. They're at 6,216 backers. That's within those first few days. 8,000 is their, what they need to fund with zero tiers unlocked. And we can go ahead and talk about that. But they need 8,000 by August 14th. They're going to hit.
Oh yeah,
G.I.
they
Joe,
have never missed even a tier.
G.I. Joe has not missed. Yeah, a tier hasn't missed a Haslab. And it's funny too, because like I think someone on the live stream was like, and we're back with another has like even they themselves are like surprised that they are getting to do this.
Right. They're self-aware now. Dude, and yeah, just seeing that play feature that you showed me with like where it can go up and I'm
Pony up,
sure
yeah.
yeah, and I'm sure the original what is the original cat vehicle could do that. And so just think about like the nostalgia, like even
Oh yeah.
someone who's had this original toy, I think that's what makes it so much more special for them. And even without that, I still want to get it. And it just makes me think I wish I could experience that, but with I always come back to this. You know what I'm gonna say? The Star Wars. I need a Star Wars Haslab vehicle. It would just give us another chance, please. Why does Hasbro only give GI Joe the Haslabs, guys? Like,
They cook.
like even the compartment thing
Yeah.
that was done on like other vehicles, like, and you can see all the cool little intricate designs, like, and it makes you think of that
Oh
book. You
yeah.
know that book where you can see the inside of the ships.
Oh yeah. The cut
Yeah, it's,
throughs, the
he can
cutouts.
pull through
Yeah.
that. So like, dude, give us a $300 Jedi Starfighter. Come on.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick. I'd even take like an X-Wing, Arc 170. I would
And
love
I'll
a
take anything. I'll take a Vulture droid with no figures, just a Vulture
Oh
droid.
my god! All right, so yeah, they need 8,000 by August 14th. They're going to hit that. I assume they're going to hit all three tiers. Let's talk about those tiers though. First one is a Lady J or an Arctic Gear version of her. So she gets a cool, dude. The ice drill, love that, man.
Ooh, I didn't see that. That's sick, dude. I love
Ice
the
drill,
jacket. That
yeah.
jacket. I feel like I've just seen like movies in ice, and the girls always have that jacket. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we're taking it back to that thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, this is a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and the coffee, dude. The second head sculpt, really adding, just variation to the character. Love this, man. It is Lady J, and we're fine with that. And they listen to their fans. A lot of people did not appreciate the patches. I loved those patches from their previous Haslab, but the majority did not. So they're coming in with the first tier as a figure. So I'm sure people will be happy about that.
That's really good. I like the patches too, but I'm here for figures, man. And I really like the hair sculpt on Lady J. I feel like there's a lot of detail and a lot of flow going on there.
They did a good job. Next up, this is something I am excited for. The tier 2 is going to be a bivouac battle station, dude. So this will be unlocked at 12,000 backers. Lady J, sorry, I didn't mention, will be unlocked at 10,000 backers. But the bivouac, dude, holy smokes, dude, with the digital camo, you get the cot, the fireplace. Again,
Telescope,
I mean, come on,
fishes to go with the
dude.
fishing gear, the ice fishing gear that Lady J has.
That's true. That's true. Yes, you cook those up on the flames
And you
there.
have the freaking cooking thing on the cat vehicle. Like
Yes,
everything's going
yes.
so well together. Holy crap. Dude, I didn't even know this is a new word for me. Bivouac. I've seen these before, but I didn't know it was called that. That's crazy.
I believe
And
it's a
honestly,
French word.
this is what I wanted to see for tiers. Like a little
Yeah,
lace set, like little accessories like this. This is so good.
this
Like,
this is beautiful, man.
yeah, like I like figures, but like getting, cause when I got the Firefly, it was like 4 figures. It was like, oh, that's cool. But like getting like maybe 2 figures or even 3 figures and then an accessory set is just better because it's more variety.
Not bad, not bad. All right, so that's the second tier at 12,000. Looking really cool there. And last up for the third tier is going to be Flint in the Arctic gear as well. That's going to be unlocked at 14,000 backers. And let's get
The
a closer.
weenies.
The sausages and the eggs, dude, in the skillet. Holy smokes with the marshmallow roasters and the kettle. The kettle, honestly, that kettle is holy crap, dude.
Yeah,
That
it's
coffee kettle
perfect.
is. They did so well with the accessories, and again, tying it into that like campsite vibes that they have here. And yeah, dude, this is just an amazing job by the GI Joe team.
Honestly, 10 out of 10 job. Like, I could not complain about the tiers one bit. I can only give kudos to them. One thing I especially love is how clean Lady Jaye and Flint's figures are. Like, I feel like they didn't overdo it with the details, and I feel like that adds more realism to the figures. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
with
yeah,
GI Joe figures, they can get a little too crazy. There can be too much details, too much paint, and then
yeah,
it's just too GI Joe. Whereas here, it's like very realistic, and which we want, right? Because this is supposed to be, this is for adults, guys. Like, this set
yeah,
is for adults.
yeah, yeah. $300,
Yeah,
$350
this is for
fee.
adult collectors. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So yeah, man, just an amazing job from the GI Joe team. Again, no worries on whether or not this will back. Put your order in now if you want one, guys. Just kind of show your support. But yeah, I think it just comes down to how many are you getting.
Dude, if we got Space Aliens from mine, I'd be tempted to buy two and make that lunar rover idea you had, man. That'd be sick. And so you
That'd
could
be
make like
cool.
add like a crane arm to it. Like,
Yeah, and our
you think it would work with Cosmic? I don't think so.
it's
They're
not
too big. They're too big.
they're too big. That's true. Four Horsemen does kind of run bigger, but it's also like not sci-fi enough, right? Like there's a
True.
certain level like
True.
2001, The Martian, where it's like based in realism, whereas
Right.
like Cosmic is like full on,
Future.
future, different space
True.
races, like species. It's more Star Warsy, right? Like has
Yeah.
to be weirder vehicles.
Yeah.
Where this is more like present
It's more
future.
modern. This is like right now. Like
Yeah,
Elon Musk could make this right now. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Present future. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it is what it is.
And with the tiers, which most likely we're gonna get them. That's like
Oh
$75
yeah, yeah.
off. So that means the vehicle is only gonna end up being like 250. You know what I'm saying? And that's
It's not.
like think about our collector math as we always do. That's not bad for the size of it, for the light up features, for the accessories, for the detail.
Yeah,
250. That's fair. I think. I don't know.
I think that's a fair price for 250 and that's the thing. Like, yeah, McFarlane's cranking out vehicles, but they're shells, right? It's like the base vehicle, then you get the injected mold seating and cockpit, and then you get the shell on top.
Why did you say that, buddy?
But
Now I
like
know I'm getting scammed.
the details you're getting out of this and the playability is way better than the McFarlane vehicle.
I don't know about that, man. Dude, I got this freaking tumbler.
Does it light up?
No.
Are there panels that open up to show more detail?
You can look in the inside of it.
The cockpit,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Dude, but this thing, why did you say that actually? That makes me consider.
No. There's
John,
no
this
light up
tumbler, look how
feed.
big this tumbler is.
Yes, that's McFarlane's game though, right? Is size. McFarlane always goes size.
No, but the details there. And you know what I will say? And I thought of this I was going to say this before I even grabbed this, but I would have liked, I feel like it's missing paint. It's missing wear paint on the edges and ridges of the vehicle, even just a slight. And yeah, you can say, oh, you can add that, but I shouldn't have to add that.
You
Like, 'cause
shouldn't, yeah.
like I was saying, like there needs to be some mud at the bottom because as you're treading
Weathering.
through the thing, there needs to be weathering on this vehicle. If I'm paying this premium price point, I need some weathering paint on there because it's way too clean. And if look at this, and I just look at this, you can't see it very well, but on the edges, he just added like some just like black paint as to show like the
Yeah,
paint is
yeah. The
rubbing off on the
weathering.
edges as it would,
As it
as it
would.
would, right? As you would, and that's what's crazy is that this is way cheaper and it has more paint apps than this. Imagine that. Toddy boy, Toddy's on another level.
I'm telling you though, like the amount of the pieces of plastic in that compared to the amount of pieces of plastic in this, vastly different, right? Vastly different.
I was all in now, but you said the McFarlane. I wasn't considering that.
Yeah, the tow hitch, like there's just a lot more playability with these Haslabs, and I enjoy that. And yeah, 250 with our collector math, I'm here for it. I mean, that's all one piece of plastic in there. I'll give you that much.
Yeah. No,
That's my
but
problem with it.
I'm a
It's
sucker
like
though. I'm
my
gonna buy
kid's
it, but
Barbie car has the same amount of like plastic as that thing, and the same amount of playability as that tumbler, right? Like
yeah.
it's wheels plus the inner shell that creates the cockpit, and then the top shell that creates the outer car. You're
And
not,
one thing I would like to see is I would like to see the bottom of it. I hope that the bottom
yeah,
has, and maybe that's one thing that's different to here because like this vehicle, like most kind of cheap kids toys, it's like a flat back. There's no detail on the bottom. We can kind of see a little bit. It looks like there's a
Yeah, a
little
little
bit of
bit,
detail,
a little
but
bit,
yeah, if they maybe add some more detail on the bottom,
maybe. Yeah.
that'd be good. But the one thing for sure, everything I think the tiers are absolutely fabulous. The figures are fabulous. The accessories are fabulous. I think the one thing is just the lack of paint. I feel like they should have added
Okay.
paint.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this overview reaction of the Battle Cat from G.I. Joe Haslab. And we'll see what next vehicle they get to do because we know they're going to get to do another one. So,
Dude, I need freaking something. I need even another Marvel Legends Haslab. I would love a freaking Danger Room playset, something like that. You know what I'm
that'd be
saying?
cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
But the like the amount. What's crazy is the amount of possibilities with the Star Wars license is ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? They have
Yes.
vehicles at every scale. You could make a $200 Haslab. If you like, if I'm Haslab team and like, okay, we don't want to take a risk because Rancor. That was not Rancor's fault. Rancor's a fabulous figure. That was a beautiful baby. It was the Tears fault. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you did Tears like freaking
It
GI
was,
Joe team, it would have funded.
yeah.
But just do a low risk $200, even sub, do 175. Freaking like a ATRT something like that. I don't even know.
But Marvel, here's the Marvel Legends team. Instead of doing Haslabs, they've shifted just doing like
Big figures.
bigger figures at lower price points, right? We got the Sentinels, we got the Dragon Man.
Yeah,
Maybe that's the
dude,
shift
that's
that
what
I don't
they
know.
need to do something, but they need to do something with the Star Wars license because
I
they're
agree.
paying a tooth and nail for that, and like there's
They're
so much
just making
possibility for there.
and they're just making figures of shows that people don't like for some reason. You watch
Which one?
Acolyte late?
Which one? Not yet.
Gotta watch Acolyte. Did you?
Well, no, they've been cooking with their figures lately, though. No, they've been hitting Clone Wars hard. They've been giving us all the
That's
Jedi
true.
Commanders. They've been cooking with it.
Oh, and the droids. You're the
Yeah,
droids, man. You're the
you're the
droids.
droids. You're the droids. You're the what is it? You're the dwarf and you're the droid.
All right. Well, let us know down below, friends. How many of these getting? Are you getting one of these? Are you not for it? You just want to stick to your Batman Tumblr from
Space zombies from Mars.
Rip. You know what? Not rip. Space
We
Zombies.
need it. I
They're gonna
need it
come back. Okay,
because
Arlen,
we
Ira,
need it. We
Adam,
need it.
come back.
Yes,
I'll
we
do
need
as
it,
much as I
dude.
can to support
We
you
need
guys
it
and get the word out. We need those figures. I know they'll come back.
to pair with this, man. To pair with this.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'd be cool if they came back as this was releasing, and then people get like, oh,
Yeah.
they start back in that. All right, guys. Well, let us know down below again your thoughts on the Battle Cat, Snowcat, excuse me.
I know. I
Uh,
think I said Bellcat too.
who knows? We'll get the comments. All right, friends. As always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.